Great. I think we are rolling. Hi, guys. If you're watching this, thanks so much for jumping on. Hopefully you can see me. Can you see me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I think it's in. Yeah, speaker view. Okay, cool. All right. So I love this topic so much because, believe it or not, I was not always a morning person. But since becoming one, I have really, really enjoyed waking up early. And that sounds so weird for me to even say out loud because I love sleep. Don't we all? And my bed is so comfy and warm in the morning when I don't want to get out of bed. And I feel like most of us feel this way. But once I committed to getting up early, and I think like full force, I probably did this with 80 Day Obsession because they're hour-long workouts and I wanted to do them before I went to work, and it was a stretch. We were getting up at 4:45 every day, and we had done that for 93 days straight because that's how long that program is. And after that, I was just blown away at how much better I felt throughout the day getting up early and getting things done early. So I'm going to shoot a bunch of tips and tricks your way because honestly, it's a little different for everyone. And you have to find what works for you because what I do, what gets me out of bed, might not get you out of bed. But I'm going to give you all the tricks I've ever tried. And hopefully, one or a combination of a few of them will work for you. I know they will. It's a huge commitment, obviously, getting out of bed like earlier than normal, earlier than you have to. It's really just a whole mindset and committing to that challenge. So I'm just going to kind of fire them at you. But really, you have to have a reason for getting up early. And I don't think you can really figure out this reason until you do it for a little while, because I didn't know the difference. Like the first time I did it, the first week I did it, I just felt tired the whole time. Like getting out of bed at 5 wasn't fun and it wasn't exciting. But once I had experienced that for a couple weeks, how I felt made me do it the next day. And so once you do it and commit to it and really dive into it, you will have that feeling of like, wow, I feel so much better when I get up early, and it'll convince you to do it every day. And honestly, I think about that feeling every night before I go to sleep because they say what you think about before you go to sleep is what you're going to wake up thinking. So I want to think positively about getting up early when I go to bed so that when I wake up, I'm like, boom, I'm excited to wake up. I'm excited to get out of bed. I'm excited to get my day started. So you have to commit to it first and then figure out that feeling and then be really positive about it, even on the really negative days. So, oh, and I wanted to mention, like, I did this week. I think Wednesday, I got up at 5 and I felt amazing. And then the next day I was like, you know what? I'm going to sleep in. It's my spring break from teaching right now. So I'm going to sleep in today. And literally yesterday, I felt terrible all day. One, I was like, I had a headache because I woke up later than normal and I just didn't wake up like on a good space. And I felt anxious all day because I felt behind because I didn't get like my normal morning routine. And then I was just like miserable all day because I felt behind and I was like, all I want to do is read my book because I didn't do it at 5 a.m. this morning, but I have Quinn here and she like wants to play. And it just like made me annoyed all day. So it really, really does make a huge difference. So the first thing is you have to go to bed at a decent time. And I know this was hard for me because I'm like, well, whatever, I'm just going to stay up till 10:30 and still try to get up at 5. But it doesn't work for me specifically. I need at least 7 to 8. 8 is like my number, 8 hours of sleep. I know people can go on less sleep. It's not necessarily healthy, in my opinion. I think 8 hours is like a must, but it's not that hard to do. I mean, I get in bed around 9, maybe 9:30. And I wake up at like 5, usually 5. And that's like 7.5, 8 hours. And like, I feel refreshed and good and ready to go. One of the things you can do on iPhones, if you have one, is you can set a bedtime reminder. So mine goes off at 8:45 and like, it's a little announcement that's like, hey, go to bed. And literally it helps me. It's like, because sometimes we're watching a show or something and I'm like, okay, like I got to start wrapping up the day and getting ready for bed so I can be in bed by like 9:15. and asleep by 9:30, I fall asleep really quickly. So if you take a little while to fall asleep, make sure you give yourself enough time to get in bed and fall asleep by that. So one of the ways you can choose to like make your mornings earlier is you can little by little move your morning wake up time earlier. So some people like to do 15-minute increments. So say you were getting up at 6, maybe you want to get up at 5 to get your workout in before you go to work or whatever. You can start by setting your alarm for 5:45, and then do that for a couple days, and then set it at 5:30, do that for a couple days, and kind of inch your way back to the time that you want to really get up. Or you could just cold turkey it because that's usually what I do. I'm like let's just do this. If I'm going to do it, I'm just going to do it kind of person. But some people really benefit from like inching it back, and it doesn't feel much different, and it doesn't feel like a drastic change for them. So cold turkey it, or do that 15-minute increments, whatever, but go to bed earlier. Make sure you have at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and move that time back to get up earlier. All right, let's talk about your room setup. Okay. I don't know if you have a lot of windows. We have a lot of windows in our bedroom. I'm actually here right now. And I like to leave the blinds open, and they're not like dark curtains, because this just like helps the light come in the morning and like naturally makes me want to get up because the day is starting. And I know that like just staying in bed is wasting time. So leave the blinds open before you go to sleep, so that when the sun comes up in the morning, depending on where you live, obviously, I know we have some people in Alaska and that doesn't always happen, but, leaving the blinds open has really helped me like trigger that internal clock to get up. Let's talk about your alarm. Where should your alarm go? It should go across the room. And I know this is like annoying because we just want to like hit the snooze right next to our head. One, brain cancer. Not that I like have a lot of research on this in my back pocket right now, but I know that having your phone close to your head has led to the belief that it can create cancer in your body. So keep it away from your body, first of all, and don't put it under your pillow because it can catch on fire, those lithium batteries. My students are always shocked when I say that. They're like, what? I'm like, yes, don't put it under your pillow. That's a terrible idea. But put your alarm across the room. Growing up, I had the most annoying alarm clock, but it was always across the room. So I had to like roll out of bed and run across the room before it woke up the rest of the house. But pick an annoying alarm and put it across the room so that you have to get out of bed to turn it off. It is so easy to just click right next to your head and roll over and go back to sleep when your alarm goes off. If you put it across the room, it makes you get out of bed. And once you get out of bed, turn it off, have your workout clothes or whatever you're going to do first. Usually I like to work out first because it wakes me up. Have your workout clothes right next to your phone, already laid out. You can lay them out for the week or the night before just for that day, whatever. But I have them right there so that I literally just take my pajamas off and put them on. Sometimes I don't even change. I just work out in my pajamas. That's the beauty of working out at home. And then go brush your teeth and go to the bathroom. Like literally just catapult your body into the bathroom. We have a bathroom attached to our room. So I just like, it's all right there. I turn off my alarm, I get dressed, I go in, I brush my teeth, I go to the bathroom. That just helps me open my eyes, open your eyes too, because if you do that all with your eyes closed, you still want to go back to sleep. But getting your normal routine started as soon as you get out of bed is super helpful, because otherwise you just want to crawl right back in bed. What else? 2 alarms that I have used that have really helped me in the past. This is what I started 80 Day Obsession with because I needed to create that routine. The first one is the math alarm. It's MATHE. It's free. They're both free. But when it goes off, you have to do math problems. So this gets your brain working. You could set the difficulty. At first, I was like, I'm going to make it super difficult. And they were so hard. I couldn't even function. I was like, nope, get this out of here. But you can make them a little easier. I like the plus and minus ones where there's like multiple numbers. And if you hit the wrong answer, you have to answer 2 questions. So it just keeps adding to the questions you answer if you answer them wrong. Super effective, also super annoying, but effective. The other one is called a barcode alarm, and you scan a barcode to set it up. And I did this for something in my kitchen that I knew I'd have for a long time, like some weird baking thing. And you scan the barcode, and you have to scan the barcode for the alarm to go off. So literally, it would go off in the morning. I would have to get ready, brush my teeth, and then walk downstairs with my phone, the alarm still going off, and scan the barcode for the alarm to stop going off. Also, very annoying, but very effective. So those are two that I could suggest to you. Another thing you can do is drink water before you go to bed, so that when your alarm goes off, you immediately have to go to the bathroom. Also great for hydration purposes. But the first time you wake up for the night is like usually the time you need to go to the bathroom, especially if you drink water at night. Don't drink too much, but drink like a good 8 ounces. And when you wake up in the morning, you'll have to go. So you'll have to go to the bathroom, which means you have to get out of bed. Just another like little trick to do. Also, literally, Energize gets me out of bed. If you don't drink Energize, I suggest you try it, because just the thought of getting to drink that fruity deliciousness in the morning, like, makes me want to get out of bed and do my workout, plus all the energy it gives you. But shameless plug, because like I love it so much. I know some people who keep it on their bedside, and I think that's amazing. I make it so I have to go to my kitchen, so I actually have to get out of bed to go do it, because I would probably drink it and then just go back to sleep. But if you need energy to work out or to get out of bed in the morning, or if you like coffee, like whatever your energizer is in the morning, I don't drink coffee. So that's why Energize is kind of like my coffee. That's why I love it so much, probably. But figure out your thing and make it accessible in your kitchen. So you have to get out of bed and go do it. The other thing I have used, this is when times are really tough. I actually read this book. It's called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. She has a great TED Talk on it. It's called How to Stop Screwing Yourself Over. And just by the title, you should know that you should probably go watch it, because really hitting the snooze button, you're just screwing yourself over. But she talks about how as soon as your alarm goes off, count down from 5, go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just catapult yourself out of bed. And she uses this for a lot of different things that stress you out, things that make you like scared, or like just like at work, if you don't talk and you want to start sharing, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, raise your hand and go, like just anything you're afraid to do. She explains how this rule has literally changed people's life. I know my husband uses it every day. He gets up at 4, and he literally, as soon as his alarm goes off, he goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and jumps out of bed, and he surprises the heck out of me. But he uses it. The TED Talk is like 20 minutes. It's a really good listen. She's great, but you can also read the book. That was a really, really good book. I have a couple other things. Okay, so if you are a snoozer, I'm not a snoozer. My husband's a snoozer. But if you like to snooze, I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't snooze. So when you wake up in the morning, when your alarm goes off, your body and your brain starts waking up and your sleep cycle ends early or whatever. When you wake up and feel real energized, usually that means you woke up right on a sleep cycle. That's another thing that bedtime app will do for you. It like maps out sleep cycles and tells you when you should go to bed, depending on what time you want to wake up. Super awesome tool. But when you wake up and then you click snooze and you go back to sleep for 8 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever those snooze cycles are, they're so stupid, I think. Your body thinks you're going back to sleep for another 90-minute sleep cycle. And those are like the average sleep cycles are about 90 minutes. So your body wants to go back to sleep, and your brain and all of your functions, so you're like, oh, great, we're going back to sleep for another cycle. And then your snooze goes off again in 10 minutes, and you wake up feeling even more tired than you were before, because your body had started another sleep cycle. And so you snooze again and you snooze again, and your body is just like back and forth. Am I supposed to be sleeping? Am I not? I'm just really, really tired. So this actually causes you to wake up less energized. You think like, oh, 10 more minutes of sleep, I'm going to feel even better then. It's actually the opposite effect, because you're going back into another sleep cycle and your body's confused. It just wants to keep sleeping, and it's not more energized than it was. So snoozing is super ineffective. So try not to snooze. I know it's hard. I sometimes have trouble with this too. Like I'm not perfect in this at all. But it is much better to just get up when your alarm goes off, don't snooze, and just get your day started. The last thing I have is have an accountability partner. It can be your coach, it could be me, it could be a friend, anyone in this group. But literally, like, say like, okay, both of us want to wake up at 5:30 a.m. Like text me at 5:30 a.m. Let's keep each other accountable, or message in a group on Facebook or whatever. But like, stay accountable for it. You can tag me on Instagram, take a picture of your eyes closed. Like sometimes I do that just for my own accountability. Like I want to post a picture at 5 a.m. tomorrow to show people I'm committed to this journey and I want to wake up early. Like that is motivation for me to get out of bed and post that picture. Have that accountability with a friend. And like I said before, you need to find what works for you. I just laid down a ton of tips, but like you need to figure out what works for you. The math alarm might not be your thing. The barcode alarm or whatever, drinking water, it doesn't matter, but you need to figure out what works for you. A combination of all these things have kind of worked for me so that I can slowly get rid of some of them. Like I no longer do math problems when my alarm goes off anymore because I've kind of just trained my body to like get out of bed when my alarm goes off instead of doing math problems. But I promise when you find what works for you, you will get out of bed and be so much more productive than you would have been. And it will literally change your life and your outlook on mornings, because it did mine for sure. So that is all I have. Do you have any questions?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So what was the TED Talk again? The 5 second?
Yes, it's called How to Stop Screwing Yourself Over. If you Google Mel Robbins, like MEL Robbins, 5-second rule, that one comes up every time. It is so good. She's great. I don't know anything from her, but she's awesome.
And then for the Energize, is that something you buy through Beachbody or get?
Yeah. So it's the pre-workout,
Okay.
and you can buy it through Beachbody. Yeah. You can just log on your account and purchase it through there. It's a game changer, especially like with energy and working out. Like I work out so much harder. When I was pregnant, there were some days like I wouldn't drink it. Not that it's not safe, but I just didn't want to drink it every day. And
yeah,
it's harder, much harder. I was super excited to be able to drink it again. But yeah, it's good stuff for sure.
Okay.
Are you a coffee drinker?
Sometimes, but then I go in spurts of just drinking water and having no caffeine at all.
Yeah.
So
I am the same way. Something in coffee gives me headaches. It's not the caffeine because I have other things with caffeine, but yeah, I'm the same way. My husband drinks water the first thing every day. And that's really, really good for your digestive system and like your metabolism. That's another tip, really, to do that. And it just like gets your body going. They say to drink cold water so your body has to like heat it up.
Like,
your like insides going.
Yeah.
But yeah, the caffeine in Energize comes from green tea. So it's like an all natural. I think there's like 4 ingredients, which is good. A lot of workouts are like filled with chemicals. And so I'm like, you know what you're putting in your body? It's scary. But this one's super good. Cool. Awesome. All right. So I'm going to end the meeting. So the recording happens. But if you have any other questions, let me know.
Oh, yeah. Is there a certain flavor that you get of the Energize, or is it?
There's lemon and fruit punch, and they're about to come out with mixed berry in May, which I'm super excited about. I haven't tried it yet, obviously. But I like them both. We actually usually have both in the house because I like to mix them. But if you're a lemon fan, you'll love the lemon. But if you're more of a fruity person, I don't like fruit punch flavored things, and I really like the fruit punch Energize. Like I don't like the red fruit punch drink, but I like this. It's like, I don't know, it's just fruitier and not as lemony. But I'm excited for mixed berry. I think it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, anything berry is good. So
I agree. I'm like a fruity candy kind of person. I'd rather have that versus chocolate. All right, cool.
Well,
thanks for jumping on.
Of course.
All right.
Or something like this.
Yeah, no, totally. Well, I'll message you because I want to end this so the recording stops, but I'll message you about some fun things.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. See ya.
Bye.